The following content is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Connection established. A.D.A. Online.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of A.D.A. Online. This is a July recap where I go over the things I found interesting throughout that month. I can't say previous month this time because I am way behind schedule, and the day I'm recording this is September 29th. I want this out on the 30th. So, yeah, I'm really trying to catch up. Now, starting out with my tech issues, and you might remember in the last episode how I mentioned I was suffering audio distortions, stutters, crackles, pops, and I thought I had finally fixed it. Well, when I was editing that episode, right at the beginning I realized I was wrong. I had recorded my audio through both OBS and Action Game Recorder, just a little test, and because it distorted at different times, I know it's not the mic's fault. It was something else with my computer. I thought it was these Intel drivers for the hard drive. They encode all the data in a different way than like Microsoft's do, so I reinstalled Windows. That still wasn't the problem. I'm still suffering through it. I think it might have been a mismatch between the frequency that I was editing in and recording in, but only time's gonna tell how to fix this problem. Besides, I have no real tech issues to speak on. I might sound a little different. I actually bought a new microphone, the SM7B, the same one Joe Rogan uses. I had to get a couple of other things for it too, but I'm pretty happy with it so far. So let's move on to everyone's favorite segment, the Lolcow segment, starting with Foodie Beauty. So the last time we talked about Foodie Beauty, we mentioned how she had stolen a kitten off the streets and fled the country of Kuwait because she was terrified of getting into legal trouble. Foodie Beauty went back to Ontario, Canada, and I also spoiled, saying that she went to Syria. But while that was going on, Cyraxx, the goblin, decided he was going to take advantage of the situation. Let me pull this up right here.
These people have caused somebody.
Alright, so what Cyraxx is about to say is, these people have made Foodie Beauty leave her home country of Kuwait and have to live in a car in Canada. Kuwait was never her home. She's from Canada. She moved there.
That stood up for me a long time ago to be thrown out of their own home country.
Her own home country. If you take one look at Chantel, you know she's not from Kuwait.
And her name was Foodie Beauty.
Her name was Foodie Beauty. Well, actually, Cyraxx, her name is Foodie Beauty. She's not dead.
It was somebody that stuck up for me, despite all the bullshit. Like, she went out of her way.
She went out of her way. So, if you remember, Foodie Beauty did not go out of her way. She made one statement, got harassed, immediately, backed out, and then Marty, messed with her for a month.
And stood up for me to speak out against this tyranny that's going on.
This tyranny.
Needless to say, she got thrown out of... Not only did she get thrown out of her home country of Kuwait, but she's now also living out of her car.
Okay, so, if you remember, when we last talked about Foodie Beauty, she said she didn't have a car. She said that her mother had a car, that she couldn't borrow because her mom... What's the word? Her mom needed it, and so she just had an apartment. Or I don't even know what she was living out of, but it wasn't a car.
That's the level of evil that these people are able to do. With no repercussions.
I don't even think someone from Kuwait could go to Canada and live out of a car. At least not for very long. I don't know what the visa situation is with them. When you fill out a visa form, you need to give them an address. They need to know you have somewhere to go and you're not going to be a hindrance on the country.
These people need stopped.
These people need stopped.
And that's why I make these videos, to speak out against what these people are doing, because what these people are doing is not right. It needs to be stopped. The government needs to be...
The government needs to do something. Well, Cyraxx, Mr. Ohio. Cyraxx lives in Ohio. And Foodie Beauty, this happened in both Kuwait and Canada. What is the US government going to do with both of those situations? They're not involved. This has nothing to do with them.
Looking at this. FBI.
FBI.
Real law enforcement needs to be looking at these fucking people.
Law enforcement needs to be looking at you, Cyraxx.
The reason why these people have never been caught is because they hide behind VPNs.
The only reason these people have never been caught is because they hide behind VPNs. Cyraxx has no idea how any of this stuff works. VPNs are great for getting around content restrictions, just a little bit of basic internet hygiene, but they're not like the deep web Cyraxx thinks they are.
And fake identities.
Fake identities.
That's why these people have never been fucking caught. What these people are doing is very evil, very fucked up, and borderline illegal.
Oh yeah, borderline illegal. Now he's gonna change that to, oh no, it's actually, also, what did I just pause? Oh my lord. I swear. Like, Cyraxx's arm, his right arm, kind of looks like it blends into the background, so he looks like he's got, like, no arms whatsoever. Even his face, like, the amount of creases on his cheek, I count, like, 3.
Actually, why am I saying borderline? It actually is illegal.
It actually is illegal.
Like, come on. These people caused somebody who stood up for me to get kicked out of their own country.
He has no idea what he's talking about.
Imagine being kicked out of your own home country.
It's called getting exiled, Cyraxx, and it should happen to you.
Where you were raised, where you were born. Your own country, dude, where you were born. People just flat out kicked you out of it. And now you're forced to live out of a car back where you were originally at, which for Foodie Beauty was Canada. She was originally...
So she's originally from... Her home country is Kuwait, and she's originally from Canada. Which one, Goblin? Which one, Cyraxx?
From Kuwait, went there to move back home.
What? Originally from Kuwait, went back to Canada to move home. I know he's got like a negative IQ, but what is he going on about?
And now she's living out of her car back in Canada because of these trolls.
So she's living out of her car in Canada. I don't know if he knows where Kuwait or Canada are, but it would be very expensive to like ship your car from Kuwait to Canada. Like for a lot of these people, like it makes more financial sense if you like travel across the ocean, sell your car before you leave, and get a new one where you're going. Just because, like, it's such a hassle. I think in Canada alone, like, you can't have a car... Sorry. I think in Canada alone, you cannot import a car unless it's, like, 15 years or older. But enough about Cyraxx. So, Foodie Beauty, like I said, moved to Syria. This is probably the dumbest thing she could possibly have done. Because just 2 weeks later, Damascus, the area she was staying in, got attacked by Israel. Breaking. Israeli airstrikes just hit the entrance gate of the Syria's military headquarters in Damascus. Israel wants to send a signal to the Syrian government to stop its military operations against the Druze in southern Syria. So I don't really know too much about that, and I'm not going to pretend to. Now, let's see how happy Foodie Beauty was before this happened.
Canada advisory, avoid all travel. When do I ever do what I'm told to do?
When do I ever do what I'm told to do? I cannot imagine moving to Syria. Now, obviously, you don't have to listen to, like, everything the government says. Oh, this place is unsafe. But, I mean, yeah, Syria actually is unsafe. There's no Canadian embassy there, either.
Okay. But I'm a rebel.
I'm a rebel.
Yes. No, I can't act like I'm in Canada here, but, all along the streets, we were walking.
Oh yeah, and another thing. So, in this stream, I had to remove it out. She had this fan buzzing it like overpowered her at some points. I swear. Foodie Beauty gets power once every like 5 hours. Everything else she needs to use solar power, so there's no AC where she's at. At least not for very long.
Back to our house. Olive trees, like with olives on them. Like, I can't believe it. Hi, Vanessa. If I have a health issue, I mean, I think...
If I have a health issue, when you have a health issue, Chantel, she's got plenty already. I'm going to say that right now. She cannot sleep without a CPAP machine.
Honestly, I'll be more active. There's no fast food here. There's no
fast food here. Well, there actually is. It's a place called KFG. It's a KFC knockoff, as you could probably assume. And Foodie Beauty has gotten very well acquainted with it.
No such thing as a fast food chain here. No AC.
No AC. Look at her. She must be like dying of heat. You can actually see like her face is glistening.
The electricity here, because they're rebuilding the grids, goes off every. How does the electricity
We
work?
use solar energy.
So, but the government gives you a certain amount of electricity per day.
1 hour every 5 hours or something like that.
Yeah, it comes about 1 hour every 5 hours.
Yeah, I was right.
Only.
Oh, so every 5 hours.
Yeah, they can't have a refrigerator because it wouldn't work. That is how down bad Foodie Beauty is. She cannot have a fridge. Her drinks are warm.
1 hour of electricity. You know, it's how people think. My family was worried, but they know me, and they know that they say basically that I just do whatever makes me happy, and that's true, you know? Is it hot? Okay.
Is it hot? Is it hot? She's got to be dying.
Not. It's like Canada.
It's like Canada.
Really cool.
Whoa, okay, hold on. Cool. It's like Canada. That's what she just said. So I remember when I heard this, I like took a picture of the map. I like drew a line across it. And so I think Syria is like at the same point of the hemisphere as South Carolina. So no, it is nothing like Canada. I don't think there's a point of Canada that gets as hot as this. Plus, she's in a desert. Like, she's insane. Or she's coping. Probably both.
Driving. No, I don't have access to my Canadian, like my money.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite parts. Foodie Beauty is saying that she has no access to her Canadian money. So this actually makes sense to me. So if you go to the Philippines, when I was there, I noticed something. My debit card would not work on any ATM that I tried. So I was starting to panic a little because I had never heard about that. But thankfully, your credit card, you can take money out through that. So obviously, you should never take out money through your credit card, but when you're in times like that, like, you might have to. So she actually probably cannot get any money whatsoever. So she is stuck living off her husband.
So I'm living off of my husband right now. Sorry, babe.
Sorry, babe.
Like, literally, there's no ATMs that work, especially internationally.
Only
Dream.
if you have a local bank here.
Yeah.
You know, if Chantel had a brain, she would open up a Syrian bank account, transfer her money to there, then she can take the money out. She's going to be living in Syria a long time, or at least that was the plan. But no, her main plan is, oh, I'll just stack all this cash and get it when I go back to Canada or Turkey.
I think I would have to travel to, like, not even Beirut to access an ATM with my money. Probably Turkey.
Probably
or somewhere
Turkey.
like that.
Oh, maybe Jordan.
Jordan? I don't know. Hey guys, I need to go to the bank. I'm going to go to Jordan. I'll be back in a day.
Imagine how inconvenient that would be if you had to go to another country, take out money, travel across the border with it, declare it, and then get it changed into the currency of the country that you're at. Like, you gotta take out a ton of money to do that. Or at least to make it, like, worth the trip.
No AC, I'll be slim in no time.
I'll be slim in no time. Yeah, so Foodie Beauty, she said stuff like, oh yeah, there's no fast food here, so I'm gonna be slim. Oh, there's no AC here, I'm gonna be slim. I am a very big believer in people making positive changes, but I'm sorry, Chantel, you are no chance whatsoever.
Yep, it's a hike. Even just walk into the car and up and down stairs, and yeah, there's no lift here.
Oh, Chantel. So those are her comments before the bombing. As the bombing was going on, she would get a bunch of comments on that stream. I picked out a couple of my favorites. You're now in a no-fly zone. You best get out where you can, and as soon as you can. Damascus is being attacked. Civil conflict is escalating like crazy south of Damascus. Get the hell out while you can. Like the comment in Ghost, girl, you in danger. Please find your passport and run like hell. Get out fast, crying emoji. You need to get out of there now. If you don't leave, you'll be stuck there in danger. Oh my god, I just saw that Damascus has been struck by Israel. Praying you get... Well, look at this. P-R-E-Y-I-N-G instead of P-R-A-Y. Praying you get out and find safety. Now we get the last one. My favorite of them all. Chantel, get out now. So, there were people worried about Chantel. Personally, when I heard about this going on, I thought, this is the test to see how strong Lolcow armor is. Because, for some reason, Lolcows seem to get away with borderline anything. I mean, I use this as an example a lot, but Blade, one time, streamed himself blackout drunk driving, and nothing came from it. Well, Foodie Beauty survived, and she would then talk about it.
I already see things are going nuts. So I just want to say hello, everyone.
Hello, Foodie Beauty.
We are okay so far. I fell asleep for a few hours. Like, before I went to bed, Israel had bombed, I'm sure you saw on the news, Damascus, the security buildings. They bomb areas close to A.D.A. And I woke up and Salah, unable to sleep, of course, he heard the bomb. It was a bomb pretty close to us. I forget the name of the area, he said, but anyway, there's a military base there. So whenever I came here, I guess I didn't understand I thought things were a bit more stable.
I thought things were a bit more stable. Foodie, Chantel, this was a Google search away. Like, obviously, these bombings weren't happening when she was planning on moving there, but she should have been able to see, like, this was not a good idea. Everyone also was warning her not to do it. At least the people that she told.
But I also knew at the same time, like, this is not surprising to me at all. So before I came here, Salah tried to warn me, and I knew that things were unstable. The government infrastructure is very fragmented, very unstable.
So things were pretty crazy in Damascus, where she was living. But I guess it wasn't that bad, because she would do a vlog where she went to a grocery store. It was a very boring video, so I'm gonna be skipping it. It was beyond boring. She's talking about, like, what kinds of peanut butter she likes. Now, what we will not be skipping, however, is getting to see how Foodie Beauty cooks. This is actually a little sketchy, and I'm afraid she might burn her house down someday. Alright, so, that is her shisha, I believe, on the left. Now, she also uses this burner for the shisha. I believe Foodie Beauty, smokes a pack of cigarettes worth of shisha a day. I could be wrong about that. As I've said before, I'm not huge into Goral World. But yeah, look at that thing on the right. So that's her gas stove, I believe. It looks like a bucket with some wire. And you are going to see how she lights this thing.
So this doesn't make me nervous anymore, actually.
Oh yeah, she's calmed down to this. She's about to pull out a Bic lighter and light this gas. Now, I've never been to Syria. I'm not going to pretend I have, but I feel like you can get barbecue lighters there. Yeah, look at this. Got her Bic. Yeah, that thing is so sketchy.
Do I just put the coals on here?
Yeah, do I just put the coals on here? I guess it's hard to cook without electricity, so I'm sure a lot of people use something like that, but still, I feel like Chantel is going to mess it up someday. Now for Chantel, this is going to be the last thing we say about her. This one is actually insane, by the way. Foodie Beauty just brought a small child into her home that has autism to do a stream together, and then said it was to pay for that girl's special needs school. This is going to be a very short clip, because I actually cannot believe she did this. This video... Now, the video quality also is not on my end, it's from hers.
Okay.
Sasa.
I cannot believe this. Foodie Beauty said she knows the parents, and they were okay with this, but I cannot understand anyone being okay with this.
This is Sasa. She's very cute. And just put a statement out there. Her family is...
Oh yeah, warning, you're gonna hear Foodie Beauty laugh a lot. You can tell it's a very fake laugh because of how loud she does it.
قولي هاي نينا.
Hi, Nina.
Bravo.
Hi, Nina. Tell her to say hi.
What is this? It's like 1440p, sorry, not 1440p, 140p is better than this. It's like I'm watching a video on a Game Boy Advance, like blown up on a big TV.
Sasa, قولي hi Bezos.
Oh yeah, so they're trying to get her to say Beezer. That is like the Foodie Beauty catchphrase, I want to say.
No, not Bezos mean cat. No. Hi Bezos.
Beezer. Beezer.
That was... I feel like Foodie Beauty, if she was actually doing a fundraiser for that kid, could have just, like, talked about it, told the story, had the parents on. But no, she brought the child on her stream, said she might do it again. Now, that is a very questionable thing to do. But if she was actually going to give the money to this family, I guess you could kind of understand it. I still think it's a bad idea. She should have brought, like, the parents on, talked to them, maybe told the girl's story. But then, on August 5th, Foodie Beauty did a stream called This Story, but she wasn't in their house and only gets power for a couple of hours a day. Instead, she was in a hotel with air conditioning. People started asking the real questions. Foodie Beauty was raising money for this autistic child, but did she actually raise that money and then spend it on a night at a hotel for the AC?
People think I spent the money on the hotel.
People think I spent the money on the hotel. Well, she's in the hotel. She clearly spent money for it, and the timeline adds up.
Well, money was spent on the hotel, but not Sasa's money. All of the people who are wondering where it is are none of them donated. But all you have to know is basically her school. I put a picture, but we'll have more updates in the future, inshallah. But
I have a funny feeling we are never going to hear an update. Ever.
Her school, transportation, outfits, whatever else, you know. The family is well taken care of. That's all you gotta know.
That's all we gotta know, but we might get updates in the future. Personally, I think that Foodie Beauty took that money and spent it. She has been known to scam people before, but with a cat, like, trying to raise money for that? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think she's above, like, scamming people to send an autistic child to school. Like, that is so despicable. It sounds so outlandish, too. Like, no one would ever do that. But with her, like, a part of me really thinks she did. Foodie Beauty has been a fun little diversion lately, but I don't see how she can beat what she's been doing the past couple of months. And that's the end of our Foodie Beauty segment. And we will be moving on to a shorter topic. We have Boogie, who is now officially engaged. On July 7th, on Lolcow Live, they had him propose to Dezzy 2 on stream for some content. And Boogie just so happened to trip and fall into the water somehow. Now, this video unfortunately has a lot of background noise. I tried to remove it, but everyone sounded like so distorted when I did it. I just have to keep it the way it is.
Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, yeah, I'm turning this down a little. Yeah, okay, so this is actually really funny. Boogie is about to get down on one knee. But because Boogie is so fat, he cannot get on one knee. He needs to get on all fours. Is he doing what we told him to do? Yeah, look at him. Boogie cannot get down on one knee. He needs that extra support from his arms. Some people might not like me saying this, but Boogie looks gigantic. His legs look so disproportionate to his body. Something I always thought about, like, people who are this big was like, oh, well, if someone's that big, they gotta, like, have huge leg muscles. Because they have to support that weight for so long. But no, I think I'm wrong, because how much time do you really think Boogie spends standing up? Like, Boogie's either sitting in a chair at his computer, he's either sitting on the couch, or laying in bed probably most of the day. So yeah, Boogie does not get to use his legs that much.
From that swamp monster.
He's almost falling down. So Boogie looks like, if you get an ab roller, he looks like he's in the position you'd like use to like use it. Imagine the stress on his lower back right now. Trying to like keep him up in a slightly bent over position.
The dog is gonna flip over.
Okay, he pulls out the ring. He's got to get that extra support. Got the 3 points of contact with the dock. You can also see, if you look at the dock, look at how far down it's sinking where Boogie is at the very end. Now, I know these things probably do sink down a little bit, depending on how many people are there, but Boogie by himself, it's so disproportionate. Dezzy 2 is celebrating. They're cheering Boogie on. Man, I wish they had some better mics for Boogie, because you can kind of hear him, but you can hear the stream, like, over Boogie.
Oh, God.
Can Boogie not get back up? Is that what they're saying? So obviously I've had to listen to this a couple of times already, but yeah, I think Boogie's like a turtle on his back. Like, once he gets down, like, he needs assistance getting back up.
This is Dezzy's life now.
Oh, he's backing up. Whoa, what are the odds? Boogie's wearing Crocs, too. Okay, so I've never worn Crocs in my life, but I would assume they're, like, slippery on the bottom. Like, no grip whatsoever. Is it, okay, sorry, I'm looking at Boogie again. Is that, like, his belly hanging down, like, throughout the bottom of his shirt? From, like, the bottom of his belly to, like, his chest area? I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if that was the case. You know what? No, yeah, that's definitely what it is. I've seen Boogie shirtless. What's it called? Epic Fat Man Dive or Belly Flop, whatever it's called. Oh, there we got Rastov coming out. I don't know what he's supposed to be doing here. Oh, yeah, Boogie's about to fall in. Totally not planned. Oh, no! Okay, so Boogie is about to get mad at Dezzy. Did you drop the ring in the water? Did you drop the ring? So I actually don't know if he's like fake angry for this, or he might actually think it fell. Did you drop that ring? You got the ring. Get away. Yeah, he's about to chase her off. Get out of here. I don't want to lose that in the pond. I don't think gold is like magnetic, so yeah, if they lost it, like, it would be rough trying to get that back.
Get away from me. Go down there. Run. She didn't drop the ring. $20. Congratulations, red hearts and Teddy's hands clapping bouquet.
Yeah, Boogie's about to waddle his way back. Oh, Boogie. So if I was going to make a guess, I would say Boogie definitely knew about it. He also knew the plan to fall into the water. I would also say maybe Dezzy 2 knew the proposal was coming, but didn't know it was going to happen there. She actually did seem a little surprised. Boogie would then post this to his Instagram, @DezzyKWolf. DezzyKWolf and I have been together for 2 years. It actually does not feel like that. That one feels like it's still like kind of new. But at the same time, it also feels like she's always been there by now, so it's whatevs. During that time, I always knew that one day she would be my wife. Last night, we made it official. I have never been luckier or happier than I am right now. Without her, I wouldn't have gotten my shit together. She is my soulmate. She saved me. I owe her the world. That is a nice looking ring, I'll give him that. Probably a lot more than I would pay. Everyone knows this by now, but diamonds are a scam. Not to get on a rant here, but back in the 1940s, the diamond companies, they only let out so many diamonds per year. And they made a deal with the movie company saying, hey, from now on, we're going to give you money, but whenever there's a proposal, it has to be a diamond ring. Lab-grown diamonds are just as good as mine diamonds. And if you're going to propose to someone, I'd just get the lab-grown. There's no point in spending more money on the exact same thing. Now, besides all that, Boogie's actually doing very well. I think he made like $20,000 in 1 month during the summer. So we can all laugh at Boogie, but there's no denying the man is very successful. And that is the end of our Boogie 2998 section. Moving on, and we have our next Lolcow. That being the plump pimp himself, Wingo. Now, we've covered Wingo a couple of times on A.D.A. Online, but I think things got very quiet after he left Lolcow Live during Fat Camp, where he pushed his wife onto the table. Well, in very late June, Wingo decided that he was going to do a Let's Play with Woodysgamertag from PKA. When it comes to Wings, Woody, and Kyle, Wings and Woody are definitely the closest out of the three. And while I can't think of a single time Wings of Redemption has talked to Kyle, I can think of plenty of times where he's talked to Woody since he got kicked out of PKA. So with Wings and Woody doing this show together, I personally thought it was an insane moment and was a kind of like a precursor to him going on PKA. But I was wrong. Wings did not want to go on any podcast at the time. Now, in the meantime, here are my highlights of the first episode of that playthrough, because it was absolutely terrible. I could not go through 5 episodes of it for probably 3 clips.
All right. Anything you want to talk?
Okay, so this is great. Wings straight up just went live without telling without telling Woody. And then he's gonna tell Woody at the beginning where Woody's trying to say hey, anything you don't want to talk about, we're all good. Woody's just gonna say, I'm already live.
But before we go live?
I'm already live, just so you know.
Oh, you're already live? Okay,
I'm already live. Right. Oh, look at these people are criticizing me. It's like, I don't want to make Woody mad, trying to get back into the PKA money.
Trying to get back into the PKA. If Wings still that PKA money has to be absolutely insane. I'm just going to say this right now. For a once a week podcast where they just talk to a guest, talk about their lives, it has to be so much money.
First off, I don't need PKA money. Second off, it's just courtesy. I don't want it's supposed to be a play session.
It's just courtesy. We're gonna see how much courtesy Wings has for Woody soon.
Patience is, which is funny because I'm considered a lolcow now.
I'm considered a lolcow now. So we're gonna hear I keep saying Kyle instead of Woody. We're gonna hear Woody say oh, what's a lolcow? Because Woody's a boomer. He doesn't know any of these terms.
And people fuck with me as a lolcow because I get frustrated with repetition.
I haven't heard the term lolcow before the podcast. Does it mean something?
Does it mean something? Yes, Woody. It means that somebody is. You can milk them for laughs. You can always watch them, have a good time. Unfortunately, these days, usually they're predators, but there are still a few good ones.
Yeah, it's like what they call people that give reactions to people fucking with you.
Oh, I see. Okay. So a lot of my chat is asking you to come on PKA. Chat.
Yeah, here we're going to see Wings does not want to go on PKA, which is such a mistake, by the way. Every single episode of PKA gets all these views. And the return of Wings of Redemption, that would be the biggest episode they would have in forever. It's a moment that's been so hyped up throughout 7+ years. Wings is honestly such an idiot for not doing it, because they would have him on.
You surely weren't here the other day when Wings said he wasn't interested in doing podcasts right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just thankful for the attention we're getting. You probably weren't here when we talked about it before. Wings is not interested in podcasts right now, which is good, which is fine. Not good, but it's...
I don't know why people won't be on PKA anyway, because it's...
I don't know why people want me on PKA. So, again, Wings coming on PKA, getting grilled by Kyle, Taylor, maybe fighting back. That would be a good episode. I think it would be a 2v2, Wings and Woody versus Kyle and Taylor. It would just be 4 hours of that. But Wings is about to say, well, I don't want to go on there because I'm just going to be fighting with Taylor. And some of my favorite Wings lore. So, when he left PKA, they had replaced Wings with a guy called Lefty. Lefty was then replaced with Taylor. But Wings does not see it that way. He sees it as, Taylor stole my job. Fuck Taylor. Or Merca, as he calls him, because I think that's Taylor's gamertag.
It's I would just be fighting with Taylor the whole time.
I would just be fighting with Taylor the whole time.
I haven't talked.
That's what people want, though, Wings. They want to see you fight with him. It's not going to be a crazy doxing spree. It's just going to be a casual argument.
Talk to him, and I don't really watch PK, but from my understanding is he went down his right wing arc.
The Descrier harboring many of believing, and yet,
yeah, he's conservative for sure. So do you think you'd just be talking about politics a lot?
I'm sure it would come up and we would debate it.
It would 100% come up. I feel if Wings came on to PKA, Kyle would just have a list of things to say to like, oh, so, what's this I hear you talk about a pistol grip? Like, he would just bring up the classic Wings moments.
Oh, sanctified vessel.
I could see that.
So they would do a total of 5 episodes of that show together. The reason it ended, besides them finishing their playthrough, on July 12th, the episode 5, final episode of their playthrough, this friendship would get broken up, all because of Wings' comments about Woody on another stream. Now, thankfully, this was streamed for us all, and all stemmed from Wings saying that Lock and Load was snake oil.
Chat wants you to start a supplement company as a side
I don't know how you can push that shit.
hustle.
I don't see how you can push that shit.
What do you mean?
The lock and load mess.
Oh yeah, now you can hear Woody's getting serious. So Woody, like, he might question you, but he'll, like, never, like, fight with people if he can help it, from what I understand. But, like, no, here, he is standing up for his supplement.
Dude, it's fucking amazing.
I'm sure the money is, but the product isn't.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you stupid fuck.
Yeah.
Lock and Load is wildly it's comically effective. I swear to God, it's true. I'll send you a bottle. And
Okay, so here Wings is getting an out. Yeah, you know what? I will send you a bottle of Lock and Load to try. And Wings is gonna say, oh yeah, I'll take you up on that offer. And then, like, in no time, he's gonna say, yeah, I probably wouldn't even take it.
and you'll eat your words. You don't know.
All right. I'll take you up on it. Send me a bottle, and I will give you a 100% complete legit view, honest as it could possibly be, because I'm in the camp that none of that penis enlargement stuff works. What
That is not what Lock and Load is. Woody is going to explain it better than I ever could.
it actually does is increase blood flow, which could technically increases your penis rate by like a percentage. Like,
Proving that you don't know what you're talking about. It is not a penis enlargement pill at all.
Tell him,
It doesn't
Woody.
do that.
it
What
increases
does
cum.
is it maxes the size of your cum. And not only does it work, it's comically effective. So it's pretty rude of you to talk.
Oh, okay, this is really good. So Woody is about to say, yeah, it's pretty rude of you to talk about me like that when I've stuck up for you all these years. Because that is something Woody has actually done. I remember when the Wings trolling was in full swing, Kyle, on an episode, was saying, yeah, it's really funny when they, like, DoorDash, like, a single taco to Wings' house. Which, that actually is kind of funny. I remember Wings said, if you're going to DoorDash tacos to my house, send me more than one taco. And then Woody said, hey, well, how would you feel if somebody did that to you? And then Woody said, what would happen if I said your address, Kyle? And then people started doing it to you. And Kyle actually backed down right away. So yes, Woody has defended Wings, like, throughout the years. And this is what Wings does in return.
Shit about me after so much I've done for you. But also, it's pretty rude of you to talk shit when you don't know what you're talking about.
Are you actually mad at me?
Yeah, the straw that broke Woody's back. Are you actually mad at me?
Well, I think you're bad. I think that you have a lot of room for improvement.
I think there's a difference between how you treat me and how I treat you.
My chat sits here, gives me a nonstop stream of all the things you say about me when I'm not around, and the reverse isn't true.
Oh, I must have said that wrong.
And
Are you taking your chat's word for it?
Did you say that you might stop streaming with me?
Okay, yeah, so this is great. Wing said, yeah, I might not stream with Woody so much longer. Every stream I do with him, I only make like $140. And so Woody hears this, and I guess he thought like, oh, me and Wings are having a reunion, we're hanging out, playing a video game, we get to make a little bit of extra money on the side. And then he hears that.
Because you don't enjoy playing with me offline and it's not making enough money?
No, not in that context. No.
Oh yeah.
I stated that I didn't. The Woody streams aren't very profitable for me. Everything else was added.
Could you imagine getting $140 to play a video game with your friend? Like, how is that not profitable? Like, I feel like that would be awesome.
We'll see. Yeah, because what happens is like they send me clips of you saying stuff, and there's no secrets when you're streaming online.
Right.
There's no secrets when you're Wings of Redemption either. Everything he says on the internet, there are 20 people minimum going through that stream looking for clips.
But I understand that, but there's also no secrets that the vast majority of the people sending you this stuff are just people that do it to everybody. Like, these are the people that put the FBI in my fucking front door and shit like that.
At Wings' height, like the height of the trolling, while he was playing like Battlefield, Rainbow Six Siege, people would see who he was playing with, and they would send them messages saying, "Hey man, if you kill this guy, I'll send you a $20 PSN gift card." And people would just like kill Wings of Redemption for like money. Sorry, for a gift card they would never receive.
Did you say that lock and load was snake oil? I mean, it sounds like you did.
I did. I said that, but I said that just now.
Yeah.
I never said that beforehand.
Really? Because I've been hearing it for like every time we stream.
I might have said that 5 years ago.
I mean, I might have said it years ago. I'm like, oh, there's really selling
you pushed
this.
your wife across a coffee table,
Ooh.
and I defended you.
You pushed your wife against a coffee table, and I defended you. And do you hear how stern Woody is? He's breaking out the dad voice. Yeah, Wings absolutely burnt this bridge.
I did fucking nothing to you but treat you well, and you talk shit about me. And it feels like there's a disconnect there.
I feel like there's some harbored hatred here.
Not harbored, like, you know, it's all in the last 5 days or so. Like, there's a mismatch between how I treat you and how you treat me, and I'm addressing it.
Because I don't feel like I've been that negative. Like,
not in front of me.
I don't feel like I've been that negative. And then Woody says, "Not in front of me." How Wings is not like more careful with his words is beyond me.
What's some other things besides the snake oil and the fact that like I didn't think that my streams did very well? Because like they don't pull the numbers I'd like them to pull. No, I thought this was going to be like a ravaging success, but it is what it is. I'm seeing it through.
Right. I'm in the same spot, but like, I don't know. I haven't had one harsh thing to say about you, and I don't think the reverse is true.
Tell him, Woody. Wings is speechless right now. He is like caught.
To me, it feels like almost every time I give you a hard time, like the blue shirt rant, it's a counterpunch. It's because you talk shit about me out of the blue.
What is the blue shirt rant?
It's
at the same time, you know what? I think Woody has the absolute best Wings of Redemption rant of all time. I have never seen somebody with such an ability to launch that has failed to launch. Keep my name out of your mouth, you fat piece of shit.
The whole when you said nobody watches me paramotoring because I lack charisma.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Woody, but I think the reason people don't watch you paramotoring is because once you see somebody paramotoring, like at first it's awesome. It's like, whoa, I didn't know that was a thing. That's actually really cool. But there's only so many times you can like watch that and think, oh yeah, this is awesome. Plus, personally, like I saw a video of a guy paramotoring and his equipment malfunctioned and he like crashed and broke like half the bones in his body. Obviously, I don't know how many bones he broke, but it was scary enough. Like, I don't want to look at that stuff again.
I forgot how what context I said that in. That's something that was you're going back almost half decades now.
It feels like there's a pattern though, right? Like you see it.
Yeah, but I'm that critical towards everybody, not just you by yourself. It's not something that's strictly uniform to Woody. Like I just like the other day, I talked about fucking Boogie and his marriage. That's a part of like being an opinion maker online, like
a personality flaw. Or it's not a person.
I might have actually gotten this out of order. I don't think I did though. Like, I really don't think I did. But like, Wing says like, I'm sorry about how this made you feel. Like total non-apology.
Personality characteristic that you should be defending, right? Like, if I was caught talking shit about someone behind their back, I wouldn't say that's just the way I am.
No. But see, I'm not looking at it.
I wish I could take that back. That's a better response.
Because like the lock and load thing, I just said right to you. It's like, and that's the opinion I've held for.
Yeah, this is where Wings is gonna say, yeah, I probably wouldn't take it either. I have no libido.
For years, like it's snake oil.
Having never tried it, you give your review.
No, I've never tried it but I've never tried any of the other products either. But I've seen other people try those products and they warranted little to no success. I'm not trying to say your product in particular. I've actually never seen anybody review lock and load, but I lump it in with like the Ron Jeremy pills that's in the gas station and shit like.
Yeah, Woody, my friend of well over a decade. How long? Okay, so I need to base this all off of like when Call of Duty 4 came out. Okay, Wings of Redemption started World at War. So that was 2009. So yeah, 2010 when Modern Warfare 2 came out. Or sorry, that game came out like November 2009. So yeah, that's around where they probably like started actually being friends. 15 years ago. And Wings is saying to his friend of 15 years, yeah, that product you're actually like kind of passionate about and always talk about, I think it's snake oil. I don't think it works.
That, which is, granted, it's a different style of product.
Why did you say I don't value spending time with friends unless it
Okay, I actually think this is so funny. Wing said he does not value time spending with friends as opposed to making money. And I guess whoever told this to like Woody made it sound way worse than it actually is.
makes me money?
Yes,
Yes.
but that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I don't know the context.
That
Someone just donated it.
Yeah, that's got nothing to do with you specifically. That's me. That was something I said like 2 days ago. I was like, I would rather go do something else that makes money than have friends and spend time with them.
I love how Woody's got the Chris Chan stress sigh.
I'm not trying to pressure you in anything. I just think you should be nice, especially like
I think so too.
you know, there are things I would say to my friends in person that I wouldn't say behind their back. But I feel like sometimes with you it goes the other way.
You keep putting this behind your back. Like it might have happened without you being in the room, but it was never said with just like me wanting it to be hidden. Can't say sorry. My ego's too big. I can say sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay, this is the non-apology. This is the Cyraxx non-apology. I am sorry if what I said made you feel upset. That is not good. Woody,
I am sorry that what I did affected you in a bad way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Woody, I feel like he should have pushed back on that. Like, he should not have said thank you. He should have said, Wings, Pimp, Jordy, what you just said is not an apology. That is putting what you said and blaming it on me.
Because I don't want this to tarnish a relationship. I was just
But it did.
The reason I'm a Lolcow, defend myself too much, and it instantly put me on defense. But nothing I say is like, even like they can donate and say everything I've ever said. Nothing I've ever said was meant in a way to be determined as something ill will, even if you took it that way. It like the initial intention is because I struggle with how I say things.
I struggle with weight loss, is what he should have said. Okay, so this is a side note. It's crazy because I was looking at this video right here, and between July and now, Wings of Redemption has actually gained so much weight. I don't know how it's possible to gain so much weight, but I was looking at this video and I thought, man, Wings looks so much I thought Wings looked so much thinner in this video than he does right now. Meanwhile, like, in this video, Wings is like 400 pounds.
And the cadence that I say things in. All right, Chicken Joe, you're now banned.
Okay, so this is another good part. Wings is going to say, oh, by the way, Woody, all those people who are reporting what I say to you, you need to ban them from your chat.
Bud.
He is... I know I keep mentioning this in multiple episodes. I remember an early episode of Lolcow Live. Wings of Redemption was talking about quitting. I think he might have actually quit. And so him and Keemstar sort of talked it out on a live stream. And one of the things Keem said to Wings was, I'm not banning the word Pepsi from the chat. Like, that is how ban happy Wings gets. He wanted the entire word Pepsi banned from the Lolcow live chat. He thought that was appropriate.
I'm gonna offer you some advice, Woody. Like all those people that just
ban world
basically tried to tell on me, you should ban those people. And it's got nothing to do with the fact they told on me.
Oh yeah, it's got nothing to do with the fact they told on me. Yes, it does.
But everything to do with those are not people you want in your life. Like those are the people that will sit there 1,000 deep in a Discord.
Those are the people who will come for Wings and then leave the moment that Wings is over.
And find out ways to fuck with people. Because as soon as they're done fucking with me, they're going to fuck with you too.
As soon as they're done fucking with me, they're going to fuck with you. I've heard that so many times. And it's usually like never the case.
If you keep them around.
I could see that.
We have not seen Wings or Woody together since that stream. They beat the game, so that friendship was broken up. But that was only the beginning of Wings' bad month, because then on July 24th, he did something crazy. Wings threw another controller. So this is, by the way, something I've never understood in my life. Some people, when they lose a game, they will get so mad, they just throw a controller. I have one cousin who had holes in his door because he used to do that a lot. Personally, I like to take care of my things, so I've never even gotten close to throwing a controller. I know one guy I used to talk to on Xbox Live. He got so angry at a video game, he took the disc out and, like, bit it. It was actually... When I heard that, I couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny. But yeah, Wings, ever since he got on Lexapro, or whatever it's called, he has not thrown a controller. At Fat Camp, Keemstar told him, "Hey man, go off your medication." Probably a bad idea from the start, both parties. Keemstar suggesting it, and Wings listening to him. And even after he got kicked off Lolcow Live, Wings just still didn't take it. Oh, here we go, here we go. Wings is about to get killed, and throw the controller. Oh, okay, so you can hear this squeak. I actually made sure that this part, I didn't use my noise canceling software. Because I want this to be, like, heard. Listen to that squeak!
Banbo tingle, please.
Banbo tingle, please. Look here! Listen to the squeak! Yeah, so this is the face of somebody. He knows what he just did. So Wings got mad, threw the controller. He did the White Boy 7th Street quit. So if you don't know who that is, White Boy 7th Street has, like, I think the world record for rage quitting out of a Call of Duty match. He got stuck with a sticky grenade, and in, I think, like the third of a second, he quit the game before he could die. So yeah, Wings, like, quit the game that fast. And now you can see him, like, thinking, I just gave all my trolls that ammo. I just screwed up. Even Null would have this to say. It squeaks and everything. He's fatter than ever. Oh, Wings is not happy. Again, he knows. He knows the moment he did that, there are going to be so many clips just going online. Oh, Wingo. So again, Wings was having a pretty bad month. But did you know what? It could actually get worse. That's because the very next day, Kelly got into a little car accident. Kelly is fine, but she was in a hit and run today. Obviously not good. That's going to be a bit of money. So, again, Wings was having a very bad month. And he decided he was going to make an offer to come back onto Lolcow Live with a couple of demands. Keemstar, Boogie, and their now fired co-host at the time, CD-ROM, would all react to this.
One, no level of control, right?
Yeah, he's upset he has no level of control.
Every time I asked for something, I had to fight for it and, like, throw hissy fits and, like, do sit-outs to get it. I didn't like how they approached, like, the Fat Camp situation.
I didn't like how they fired me. If you remember, like, again, it's been a little while since we covered this, but, like, Wings, they were in a cooldown period. They had the argument. They had the fight. 10 minutes go by, and he comes back out. Keemstar!
Right? Because obviously I didn't know I was pushing Kelly.
I didn't know I was pushing Kelly. Even though if you look at the video, he was staring her down, like, in the face.
Going to be pushing a 6'5".
I thought I was pushing Billy the Fridge.
You know, there's an issue with this. Wingsman, welcome to Band World. There's an issue with this, Jordy. All right. Yes, you probably did not like how me and Boogie handled that situation. All right. But me and Boogie are also people, and we didn't like that you did that.
I think that's a pretty reasonable thing to say. Yeah, Wings, you might not have liked us firing you, but we also didn't like you assaulting, like, multiple people and pushing your wife onto a table, breaking it.
Yeah. We didn't like that you had to leave because you did that. We didn't like that you weren't there for half a Fat Camp because you did that. We didn't like any of this.
Having to be told what to do by somebody else, never been.
Okay, so yeah, Wings does not like being told what to do by somebody else. Wings is somebody who needs to be told what to do by somebody else. If you look at him, like, he just keeps making screw up after screw up.
For me, probably never will be for me, right? Like, everybody's like, oh, go do a show on Lolcow. Like, yeah, I'm not going to do a show where somebody dictates when I stream.
I'm not going to do a show where somebody tells me when to stream. Like, Wings, just stick to a schedule. So I know most people don't keep up with Wings, but he will stream at like 3 a.m. his time. I know, like prime stream hours.
What time I stream, how often I stream.
What?
And yeah, that's just never going to happen.
Yeah, see,
what he doesn't want to stream on a schedule, which ask any streamer, consistency in a schedule is everything to success.
the Wings show in this network where Wings can do whatever he wants, says whatever he wants, he just has to stick to a schedule is too much. I mean, you sound like an insane person, Jordan.
He does. He does sound like an insane person.
You say that. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know? And you wouldn't be told you have to do this and you have to do that. And no, it's your show. Do what you want.
Never going to happen without Jordy having some level of ownership to it.
Oh yeah, he wants to have some level of ownership. If you remember when Boogie was like fired for faking cancer or whatever it was, Wings was actually upset that Boogie's shares were not like available to purchase for him.
Okay, so he's write this down. All right,
okay,
Boogie. His demands are that he has to have some ownership. Jordy. I hope you're watching this. All right. We're not the snake. You are. You bit us. You bit us, bro. That whole fucking pushing me, the leaking the Becky entrance, the fucking, the thing Twiggy filmed, the fucking pushing Kelly on the table, the not taking any accountability, being more mad at us than yourself for what happened. Like, you're the snake.
The thing, like,
he's a pretty fat snake. I gotta say that.
Another thing that always bothered me is Keemstar looked at me and Boogie as like equals.
Oh yeah, Keemstar looked at me and Boogie as equals. Wings, out of the show, like, Keemstar is a draw. Boogie, all his moments, that's definitely a draw. The only times I can think of Wings being a draw to that show are Fat Camp, because people wanted to see him lose weight. Then, of course, the table incident. His return was a draw, I'll admit that. A lot of people wanted to see the show with him back on it. And I forget if Lolcow Live was a thing at the time, but the boxing match was also a pretty big draw. Outside of that, like, who tunes in for Wings?
And I'm like,
I think Sigma's getting on right now.
Oh, cool. I'm like, I'm not Boogie.
I'm not Boogie.
I don't have the cash issues Boogie has.
I looked at Wings. I looked at you and Boogie as equal because you're both important to the show and to the success of the show, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's the only reason. Has nothing to do with how much money's in someone's bank account.
Exactly.
You know.
Okay, so Wings wants to talk about the money issues. Boogie's got a house, and he probably has $1 million worth of stuff inside of it. If Boogie, like, wanted to get the cash, he would immediately have no money issues whatsoever.
And it's like, dude, Wings, you've had some viral moments on Lolcow Live, and we definitely do miss you. But Boogie's had more viral moments. When it comes to the entertainment shit,
100%. I don't think during the cancer arc I missed an episode of Lolcow Live. Like, Wings has nothing that can compare to that.
like, it's just a known fact that Boogie has gone more viral, more views, and has brought more attention to the show than you. But I would never even make that point if you didn't make this point, you know? Because I don't care, you know?
Yeah.
It was the magic of us three, which kind of made us three equals.
And we built it together.
They were equals. So when Lolcow Live came out, it should have been Wings, DSP, and Boogie. Instead, they got Tommy C. Outside of Lolcow Live, I've never seen him, but I thought he was okay on the show, but he definitely was not a draw. I found a lot of the time he, like, hindered the show. When he got swapped out with Keemstar, I think that's when the show was actually, like, good, before they started faking everything. So yeah, they are, like, the three main guys.
Together. And I don't care that I got more virals. I don't care that I might be more entertaining. I care that we built it together and that you're my friend. And that's why I've always wanted you back.
I'm never going to be Wings' enemy, right?
I'm never going to be Wings' enemy. Maybe not going forward, but in the past, oh yeah, and Keemstar's about to talk about that.
I've known him for too long. I've fought with him for 15 fucking years.
15 years.
And I'd like to continue to fight with him.
Sorry, my favorite argument that Wings and Keem ever had was the one that had Keemstar sitting next to Only Use Me Blade, IRL, White Boy 7th Street, and Woodysgamertag. They were absolutely enemies in that one, and it was an amazing stream.
Over the most mundane shit. You know, I miss him.
I miss him. Well, I don't think he misses them anymore, considering Keemstar left Lolcow Live not long after bringing Wingo back. Yeah, again, spoiler alert, Wingo is back on Lolcow Live, and outside, like, the return episode, I cannot sit through an episode of that anymore. So, moving on to our final Lolcow segment, and we have DSP, aka Philith. On July 7th, Phil announced that he was going to be taking a hiatus out of nowhere, and he was not sure when he would be back. Well, when Phil did make his return on July 12th, he decided he was going to threaten all of his detractors.
We have been talking about this for a while, have we not?
Oh, he's got the shades on.
This entire vortex around me is just that. Around me and dependent upon me. And from to what I...
Yeah, so Phil's justification is, oh, well, I was just gone for about 5 days, and all these detractor channels, they stopped doing videos. So therefore, that proves I am the source of all their content. And now, if they want to continue making content, they need to pay me, or I'm going to sue them.
I'm being told and for what I'm understanding. All right?
This
week, because I was not here streaming and making content for them to steal, lie about, and regurgitate as toxic, they literally had nothing to do. And they were losing their fucking minds. Like, they were completely stir crazy.
I don't think that's the case.
They had no original content. So they had to, like, really go out on a limb in order to try to find things to talk about. And essentially their viewership was monstrously down. Some of them actually gave up and stopped making content for the time being. Like, they just had nothing to do because I was not here. And that's the point I've been making. That in a court of law is the evidence you need.
Okay, this does not sound true.
That someone is a thief and breaking the law.
What is he going on about? So these people making less videos than normal, again, in the span of 5 days. The span of 5 days. I do not think that's the time frame you need for this, Phil.
Because you understand that if they actually had content of their own, then they would have kept making it. But they didn't. They waited for me to come back to start stealing again. So in a court of law, I now have an actual week on record where their views are recorded, their content uploads behaviors recorded. I have everything.
Oh, a week. It was 5 days. Now, I guess you can try and say, oh, well, that's just semantics. That's pretty much the same thing. I mean, I disagree. Like, how many times have you been too busy to, like, do anything in the span of 5 days? Now, I'm sure a lot of these people, they didn't have any content to upload or restream. So maybe Phil's right on that case, but again, like, I do not think 5 days is enough of a time frame to really justify what he's saying.
I need, I'm good. Oh, and I will say one more thing before we move forward. As of today, officially, there are parties involved documenting all of that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure this is true. There is no lawsuit that's gone on in the time this was said and right now.
Who's doing what, how often they're doing it, how much they're doing it, when they're doing it, what they're...
Phil cannot mod Minecraft. I do not think that he could make an Excel spreadsheet about this.
Actually doing, like, are you actually rebroadcasting me fully? Are you just clipping and editing and doing transformative work? All of that is being documented as of today, formally. I'm going to have everything I need in the future. So if you're out there and you think you've had the gravy train all this time and, oh, it's all been free and clear, as of today, I'm giving you official notice publicly. I'm sure this will...
Oh yeah, this is the official notice. I think the official notice, you have to actually, like, go to them, Phil. You can't just say it on one of your level 1 podcasts, 20 minutes in, and hope that they see it.
Be clipped. Everything is now being documented for the future. So I hope that if you're someone who actually steals my content illegally and benefits from it financially, that you have, like, a backup.
I have no backup, Phil. Phil is the only reason I make any money on YouTube.
because pretty soon everything you're doing is going to either come to an end or be mine, and I'm going to own it.
It'll be mine.
Okay? If you pay for your house right now, your mortgage, with money that you make because you steal my content every day.
If you pay your mortgage with Phil money, you are doing well in life. He looks so absurd in this. Phil, if you're gonna wear aviators on stream, maybe get some non-reflective ones so I can't see OBS in the background.
Well, pretty soon you're not going to have that money anymore. And in fact, all the money that you've made is going to be mine.
Mine. You understand?
So, I'm just saying, now might be a good time to like go get a job and get some job applications.
Phil is the last person that can be saying this. Phil worked at that place selling helicopters. And then he left and did YouTube. Or he did YouTube and then got fired. Something like that. And I think that was 17 years ago. Like, Phil made a deal with his parents. They gave him money saying, hey, we'll give you this money, but you need to have a plan to stop doing this internet stuff within 10 years. Which is such a huge amount of time to give him, 10 years. And now Phil has the gall, the audacity to tell other people to get a job.
Out there, maybe sing some fries or maybe Uber driver or
Sing
something, something like that. Now might be the time to dip your toe into the lake of something else because the days of milk and honey for you are coming.
The days of milk and honey are over for you, Mr. Burnell. I do not know how he can just sit down in front of his camera, speaking into his microphone, and have such an ego when he hasn't been relevant outside of like getting trolled in over a decade. I remember it was 2015, the first time I had really heard of Phil. It was a Mr. Medicare stream. He was going under the name Brightside Bob. And he would just like restream Phil playing video games. I think it was Battlefront 2, like the or maybe this was 2016, whatever it was. And I remember I thought it was the funniest thing because Phil would screw up, he would die, and then complain it's the game's fault. And then Jim would just laugh at him. He has not advanced in the slightest in that time.
To an end. Everything is now being recorded. And you've gotten fair notice now. Just so you know.
You got fair notice, just so you know. Me, half an hour into my podcast that gets 1,000 views. Everyone who talks about it, you have now been given fair notice.
Else from this moment on who continues to do that behavior, that illegal behavior, you already knew that this was happening. You have no one to blame but yourself. I've given you fair public notice. Fair enough?
Fair enough. Okay.
Let's continue. If anyone does want to actually live...
Okay, so this is really good. Phil is now going to offer people, hey, you know what? You can actually clip me. You can actually restream me. But in order to do that, you need to pay me a licensing fee. You know what, Phil? If it's fair use, I don't think you can do anything.
Rebroadcast me and does not want to actually suffer legal ramifications down the line. Because if you don't get permission from me, you will.
If you don't get permission from me, you will. What is with these people and always threatening lawsuits? A lawsuit is not cheap. You will not get the money that you spend on the lawyer, for the most part, off any of these channels, Phil. Maybe the big ones, maybe the biggest ones. But again, those people can also fight back. And a lot of them are also out of the country. I think the average cost of a lawsuit that's like between two nations is $50,000 minimum. Phil can't afford that. Phil has to beg for money for McDonald's. He cannot afford that whatsoever.
Contact me and we could talk about it. Maybe we could work out a licensing fee where I say you can live rebroadcast me on a daily basis as long as there's a contribution or an agreement or something in place. Because if you're going to use my content live before I have a chance to even get it on the internet and monetize it, then I need to receive compensation for that. So if you're someone who regularly does that and you don't want to get sued into oblivion down the line, you should probably contact me now and work something out. Okay? If you don't, I'm going to sue you into oblivion somewhere down the line and I'm going to own everything that you own. Okay. Willie says, I watched some troll channels. They're all seething with the fact that you couldn't profit off of your content this week. Of course, they have nothing without me. It's what I've been telling you guys.
They have nothing without me. Phil, you are one lolcow in a sea of them. If Phil was to get a job and move off the internet, all of his detractors would be able to move on to somebody else. They wouldn't do it unified, but they would all find somebody else to cover.
None of them have talent. None of them have
talent.
lick of anything to do or make money off of without me. They all are leeches and parasites. Therefore, I'm entitled to what they have.
This is Cyraxx talk. This is Cyraxx talk. I'm entitled to what they have, and I will get it.
We'll have it eventually.
I will have it eventually. Coffee sip. Like, what is he going on about? Phil is not going to get any of this money. There's a whole Phil economy going on. People just making money showing Phil clips. People making money talking about Phil. People making money restreaming Phil. And that is going to go on until the day he retires. Now, lastly for Phil, he would challenge Low Tier God into a match on Street Fighter. Reminder, if Low Tier God would play me in Street Fighter, the stream would beat Evo in views this weekend. But he demands $5K to play. We now know this due to his big monthly child support payments, and why he moved into such a crappy new place with a roommate. What a broke bum. Now you are not going to hear me say any love for Low Tier God. I think that guy's a weasel. I don't think he pays his child support. He's 42 years old and pees in the bottles because he thinks that's cleaner than peeing in a toilet. I have one friend, he's black, and he's not into any Lolcow stuff whatsoever. And one day, I just get this message from him asking for all the LTG lore because he saw a video of Low Tier God screaming at the intro of a Negan fight in Tekken. And he was just like fascinated and needed to know more. Now, Low Tier God would actually respond to this. Let me pull this up right now.
Keep telling that broke ass, if you want to play me in anything, it's going to cost you
If you want to play me in anything, it's going to cost you $5,000. Sorry, Low Tier God, you are not worth that money. $5,000. Like, no!
Grand. You want to collab with me, Burt Reynolds?
Oh yeah, that's his nickname for Phil, Burt Reynolds.
$5,000, broke ass.
$5,000.
You ain't got it, so stop asking.
I don't think you've got either, Low Tier God. I don't think you've got that 5K either. In both Phil and Low Tier God's words, I think they're both broke bums. I honestly don't know how anyone can watch Low Tier God, by the way. Like, outside of his rages, that guy is so boring. And unfortunately, that's the end for our Phil segment and the Lolcow segment. Now, moving on to our one and only Tech and Media segment, and we have Stop Killing Games. Now, Stop Killing Games is a movement that I supported from the beginning, and it turns out it was a success, getting its million-plus signatures. Now, the movement, after getting its million signatures, had a couple of hiccups throughout the last month, and I thought I would highlight some of them from Ross's videos in July.
I've been told someone has launched a cryptocurrency based on Stop Killing Games.
Some scammer saw sorry, I'm having like a tongue twister right now. Some scammer saw Stop Killing Games and thought, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make a coin off of this. Obviously, it's like a scam coin. Now, obviously, it's a scam coin. These things usually never turn out well.
Dumbest timeline, guys. Just so everyone's clear, that had nothing to do with us. I have no clue who would even want that. I'm sure it's a scam. So
I just got to comment on Ross's face here. Anytime you pause on Ross, I swear, you get something that's thumbnail warranted. It just reminds me of Boogie's scam coin from last year. Boogie's justification was, oh, well, you know what? You buy this coin, you get to join our community. Maybe that's the benefit this guy was trying to say, but again, it's not a community, it's a group of people who are going to be scammed in no time.
Oh, yeah, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, that's all there is to it.
Something else to cover quick is I've heard a couple reports of people harassing pirate software.
Ooh, people harassing pirate software. Now, obviously, Mr. Ross is going to denounce this behavior. When in July, there was nothing, and I mean nothing, more satisfying than seeing pirate software get exposed for what he is, getting called out by all those people, and just seeing him squirm, cope, and seethe about it.
I feel like this goes without saying, but if it doesn't, no. Of course we do not endorse harassing him. I mean, I said in my response video, I wish...
Yeah, so Pirate Software said, sorry, not Pirate Software, I don't want to give him that. Maldavius, as I called him in my video, he was saying, Stop Killing Games, send all their people to harass me, review bomb every company I've worked at, blah, 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 blah. It's like, shut up. No one cares, Mald. I can't stand that guy.
Him no ill will, and I meant that.
Ross is the better man. Ross is the better man. What was it Maldavius said? I hope your initiative gets nothing you wanted and everything you asked for. Like, shut up.
Relayed a complaint of it committing 2 violations.
Oh yeah, so An anonymous person reported Ross for working for the initiative. Now, Ross works for them for free. He does not take any salary. And they said, well, a professional rate for what he does is about, what was it, 65 euros an hour. And so therefore, that is an undocumented contribution. They're doing everything they can to take down Stop Killing Games. And thankfully, I don't think it's going to work.
Yikes! A false no funding declaration and systematic concealment of major contributions. This declaration appears fundamentally incorrect based on publicly documented evidence of substantial undisclosed professional contributions to the campaign. Well, this is all news to me, but I don't know everything that's going on with the initiative. What's this about? Oh, it's about me! I'm the evidence, everyone! A quote, there have been many weeks on the campaign where I've been working 12 to 14 hours a day to keep things moving to get...
How is that evidence? Ross volunteered his time. Sometimes 12 to 14 hours a day, which is insane, by the way. I try to track my hours working, and I have never gotten to that point.
Signatures. Damn straight I have, that is true. I've been running a rickshaw carrying people to the destination. Yes, I did say those words. It's unclear to me if the accuser thinks I've literally been running a rickshaw service or not. And you know what? I'm not going to tell them. They can guess that for themselves. Oh, but here's the good part. Professional rate, 50 to 75 euros an hour.
Yeah, so they're trying to say, oh, well, the professional rate for this is 50 to 75 euros per hour. And Ross has never made that in his life. Like, you cannot take just some random number of, oh, well, this is what a professional would make, and apply it to somebody who is not a professional. One time, I have a friend, his fence fell down because of the wind. So me and another guy came over to help him out, nailed it back up with a couple of boards, stuff like that. Imagine if somebody tried to say, hey, you know what? A carpenter would get paid whatever for that, so you kind of scammed them, didn't you? Like, we're not professionals at that. We just helped somebody out.
Yeah, maybe that would mean something if I was a professional who had a rate for anything. Minimum estimated value, 63 to 147,000 euros. Oh, yeah. Okay, this one annoys me a bit because they're
just making stuff up. Anything to like throw a rock under the wheel, they will do.
Low end, 63,000 euros is more money I've made in any year in my entire life. So let's get this straight. We've got an anonymous complaint saying the initiative is violating EU law. I'm apparently in charge of the initiative despite being ineligible to even join it. The accuser is making up how many hours I've worked on this and are making up imaginary money amounts I've supposedly donated in kind, and their claims directly contradict the EU's own laws on this. And hey, plot twist, there's something I didn't tell you. The official organizers literally asked EU representatives if it was okay for me to assist them in the capacity I have been back in spring of 2024. Just to make sure everything was above board in case there was a problem or we needed to report anything. They said what I've been doing is fine. We've been doing this by the book, guys. If they can't find a real angle on us, maybe they'll make more things up. Maybe serious things. Now, what I've been told is if the industry can't kill the initiative, the next step is to throw so much dirt on us, members of parliament start getting scared to support it.
I believe that 100%. I think that these people will say anything and everything they can to make it so they don't have to follow these rules. And again, these are very basic rules. Hey, if you buy a product, you should be able to keep it.
So just because this is only the second shot at us, that doesn't mean there aren't 20 more shots coming behind it. And I'm again reminded of how stupid this whole thing is when you consider what a comparatively low cost and end-of-life plan is.
It's unbelievable how we have never had to deal with this before. For the vast majority of my life, if I wanted to buy a video game, I could just buy it and then play it. Now, maybe I might have to do a little bit of hunting to get a physical copy, but that was about it. I genuinely do not know how anyone can be against the initiative. It just baffles my mind. And that is it for our tech and media segment. Now moving on, and we have the single news and politics segment. Destiny. Now, previously, I have spoken about Destiny in the Lolcow segment, but I think in the truth, Destiny is actually a horror cow, much like Cyraxx. Now, to get that point across, we're going to have to do a bit of time traveling. In August, Destiny admitted to cybering with a girl that was almost guaranteed to be 17 and admitted to having CSAM of her in a conversation with the Willie Mac Show. Potentially 60 gigabytes of it.
A few days ago, a Reddit post showed that the girl Destiny shared Pixie's nudes with was seemingly confirmed to be 17 years old due to her getting doxxed. There is almost a 0% chance that she was not 17 during that
Almost a 0% chance.
Time. So I do what I usually do and reached out to get a comment. He said the girl, Rose, told him she was 19 and in college at the time, and that the leaker Solo, who is her ex-boyfriend, confirmed that she lied about her age to him. And then he shows me a screenshot of the top of a video clip and says her boyfriend was recording.
So this is unbelievable. So Destiny, to defend himself to this guy Willie Mac, he sent a screenshot of one of the videos that he was sent that's on his computer right now. And Destiny says, I cannot believe her boyfriend was recording these on Skype calls because she was 17. Meanwhile, this video is on his computer. And again, that folder had 60 gigabytes in it. Destiny is an actual, predator, freak, and this is on his computer. And he still has people watching him, defending him.
These on Skype calls. That's absolutely insane to think about him doing all of this if she was 17. Well, this is insane to me because he's saying Rose's boyfriend recorded CP while sending me a screenshot of the alleged CP. So I asked to confirm if he just did that. If you were sending me...
Oh yeah, so this is actually beyond disgusting. I cannot believe Destiny wrote these words, and I can't believe I didn't hear about this until, I was making this segment. So, Willie Mac says, if you are sending me this, I'm guessing you still have the video. Destiny says, depends on why you're asking. And then he's got this emoji of a guy sweating with a rag up to his forehead. This guy is fucking guilty. He is guilty. There is no way you can actually say Destiny is not a sicko, a freak.
I'm guessing you still have that video. Destiny replies, depends on why you're asking. But yes,
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I should have read this out too. But yes, I created a copy of all our messages and everything when that court case started. He didn't talk to his lawyer? There is no way. I hope this turns into criminal charges. I actually do.
Created copies of all of our messages and everything when that court case started. Just to be clear, he's admitting to having alleged CP downloaded on his computer. He literally has the video open as I'm talking to him. I go, bruh, there's been allegations at least since my last video that she was underage, and you still have potential CP of her? He replies, I have an obligation to preserve relevant evidence, etc. So I created backups of all of the important/relevant conversations. He continues, I don't think I'm allowed to delete it, LOL. I don't know if it...
LOL. Is this a laughing matter? I'm sorry, I'm speechless right now.
Counts as hiding/destroying evidence, and I reply, talk to a lawyer, that seems crazy to me.
Yeah, Willie Mac 100%. Willie Mac is absolutely in the right. Talk to a lawyer. If you remember from the Pixie case, Destiny didn't get a lawyer for forever. Oh my lord. Ugh. Unfortunately, that's going to have to be a topic for the next episode because we're not time travelers here. I just wanted to make sure everyone knew what kind of a person Destiny is before we go any further. In July 2025, Central Texas suffered a flood at the Christian summer camp and it killed a couple of kids and counselors. Destiny thought this would be an appropriate comment to make on the subject. Now, I can't believe I have to read this out. I heard God killed those kids because they were using @NordVPN promo code Destiny to get around the Texas porn ban. Sad face. There is no justifying this. Destiny is going to go on Piers Morgan and say, you're getting angry at me for jokes? Is this a joke? Laughing at dead kids? As it happens? I don't think so. I don't know how much drugs that man has taken, but his brain is actually fried. No normal human being would ever say this. These aren't people you disagree with. These are children. Well, Destiny actually got a chance to apologize for this on Piers Morgan's show, and like always, instead of saying, you know what, I shouldn't have said that. Something that happens a lot with him. He doubled down. Now, I have a few clips from that Piers Morgan show that are not just Destiny trying to talk over everyone else, so let's hear them.
Then I saw this. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said the Guadalupe River rose 26 feet in just 46 minutes around 4 a.m. That doesn't even seem natural. To which you reposted this, and you put your own words. I heard God killed those kids because they were using NordVPN, promo code Destiny, to get around the Texas porn ban. On reflection, do you think that was grotesquely tasteless thing to be posting?
So I think that's a very reasonable question from Piers. Do you think that is an absolutely disgusting thing to say? And you could maybe apologize for it. Now, Destiny is again going to double down saying, no, 100% I agree with what I said, blah, 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 blah. And then he is going to mention a totally different community that made the decision, hey, we have a low population, and we don't have that much tax dollars going in. We can't afford a warning system. And he's going to apply it to this camp.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So the guy in the center is a liberal. The guy on the right is someone who lives in Texas and knows people who died in the flood. The lady on the left, I actually don't know who she is, but yeah, you can see she's giving the look. And Piers is just like, Piers just looks like he's dead. Nobody can believe Destiny said that.
The hand wringing here. Oh my God, stop.
Oh my God,
if you want
stop.
to talk about dead children, then you should talk about the residents of Kerr County who
a totally different community.
Rejected using ARPA funds to build the very siren system that Ted Cruz.
Destiny will laugh at dead children and then try to say, oh no, I'm actually the good guy.
Was over here virtue signaling about. Now that the kids are dead, last I checked, the siren system isn't bringing anybody back to life. Okay, the very same system that they could have built for the better part of the last decade. They didn't want to touch those ARPA funds because they thought that if they did, Biden would go and steal their homes.
Don't talk over each other.
Okay, so yeah, I think this is like 7 minutes later. Destiny like talking over anyone who tried to say something, and Piers just says like, don't talk over each other. Because he wants to hear other people and not just Destiny spurging out.
But just to be clear, Destiny, you
there
don't...
no answers.
Just to be clear, Destiny...
No answer. Destiny will ask like 7 questions in a row, and then when somebody tries to when somebody tries to answer one question, he will keep talking over them, asking them more questions to say, why don't you answer that?
Please stop talking. I'm not going to sit here and argue about jokes.
All right. I'm not here to argue about jokes. Let's pull this up again, shall we? I heard God killed those kids because they were using NordVPN promo code Destiny to get around the Texas porn ban, sad face. That's not a joke. I don't understand how 7,000 people could like that.
These guys are spreading lies that are leading to the actual destruction.
Oh yeah, these people are spreading lies. This man is vile.
Destiny, just to be clear, Destiny, just to be clear, you don't regret posting.
Yeah, you don't regret posting these tweets? And what do you think Destiny's gonna do? Do you think he's gonna have a moment where he says, you know what, Piers? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have tweeted that. Maybe I should apologize to those families, even though, personally, I probably wouldn't accept it if that was my kid that died.
I heard God kill those kids because they were using NordVPN.
I'm not going to sit here and argue about jokes. Not one person on this panel can believe this.
Around the Texas on Twitter, while you allow the very same misinformation to spread on this program that leads to people not putting up siren systems, okay, because they think that Biden is going to go steal their homes.
That wasn't my question.
It is absolutely insane.
Yeah, Destiny will never answer a question, ask like 20 in a row, and then get mad for not answering one of them when somebody responds. This man is an actual human weasel. Like, there's no other way to describe him. Besides maybe saying he's a snake. Maybe that.
Isn't my question.
It's insane that you want to go and hand-wring liberals over jokes that are...
Oh yeah. It's unbelievable. You want to go after liberals. Now, personally, I do not like Piers Morgan. But you know what? I will say this. He goes after people on both sides of the aisle. Which is something I can respect. Piers Morgan is able to have a conversation with Andrew Tate and Cenk Uygur and treat them the exact same.
Not even half as crazy as some of the things these conservatives say.
Okay, but just to be clear, you don't regret doing it.
There's no tweet like that out there.
Just to be clear, Destiny,
absolutely not.
Just to be clear, you don't regret posting it.
No, absolutely.
Okay,
no,
Ben
absolutely.
Here's a couple of things here that I think there's.
Okay, so again, this guy speaking right now, he actually lives in Texas. He knows people who died in these floods. He knows people who had children die in these floods. And Destiny is going to do his whole internet blood sports, talk over him, scream over him. It's unbelievable.
Proper information that should get out there. This is an area that I go to often. It's an area that I've taken my kids dozens and dozens of times. It's a very small rural community. When it rains there's always flooding because there's a lot of rock in the ground and the water doesn't absorb in the ground, so you have flash floodings that happen very quickly. I've been there when this happens. This was a once-in-a-lifetime 100-year flood. If you want to know about the funding for the system, it's an extremely small community, and the price tag for it is very, very big compared to the tax base that they have in this small community. It is not because of the Matt Boone stuff this guy's talking about.
So what this guy is saying makes sense. You know what? Should the community have these storm warnings? Yes, absolutely. But unfortunately, the community only has so many funds they can use. I think a lot of us are like this in our daily lives too. You might have to go see the dentist and also get your car fixed. You can only pick one because you don't have that much money.
That is not why the community decided 6 years ago to not do it, even though they wanted to. It was a cost issue. What's going to happen now is you're going to have state funds and federal funds, and that system will happen. But go back to this once-in-a-lifetime flood that took place. No one could have prepared or thought this was going to happen. People bought homes on a river where there was constant flooding, where they're built high enough up that flooding has never gotten there before in the history of their lifetime. So this is a tragedy that took place. And by the way, this is personal because I know people who lost children. There are funerals that are taking place.
Just to be clear, you're
okay, so yeah, this guy explains everything to Destiny, and he is going to say something completely unrelated.
Can I just finish talking about the funeral for a second?
You're saying
Let him
he's
finish,
cut me off like
Destiny.
15 times. So you're
He's cut me off 15 times. I want to let you know right now. I took out like 25 minutes of this argument of Destiny just talking over this other guy. And now Destiny has the audacity to say, he's going to cut me off.
saying there are no
Shut up.
citizens saying that they don't want to
Yeah, let him finish his sentence. I cannot agree with Pierce more.
use the American Rescue Plan funds.
I'm
They didn't want to use that
gonna
money
go-
because they thought Biden would take their
I'm
homes.
gonna go
You're
back to
saying
what I said.
that transcript doesn't exist?
Yeah, Pierce needs to actually like mute this guy. I kind of wish this was in an A.D.A now. But Pierce had Hassan on, and he had to kick Hassan off because he would not shut up. I think he needs to mute Destiny, Cyraxx style. Seriously.
Finished, given he was talking about the funerals
what is
of
this?
dead
What is this?
children.
I have friends whose kids
Please let
died.
him.
I have friends whose kids dies. He says like that means nothing. Destiny has a kid. I honestly believe Destiny only cares about himself and does not care what happens to the world after he's gone.
Finish what he was
He
saying.
doesn't care. As
He
long as
doesn't
admits He
care.
doesn't give a fuck about the dead kids. That's okay.
You know
As long
what,
as he doesn't
Destiny?
care,
You don't give a
admit it.
fuck about the
Admit
dead
it.
Speak, Pierce. Tell him.
kids, do you?
Admit it. I do.
Because you thought
I do. Destiny, the one laughing at dead kids, is now going to say, I'm the one that cares about him. This man is a piece of shit.
it was funny. You thought it was
I'm not
funny.
the one voting to take money away
You
from these
thought it
things.
was funny
it's
to go
fun-
on X.
He just said, I think that it's funny. And then he pauses, realizes, I can't say that.
And talk about,
Pierce,
I heard God
excuse
killed
me,
those
excuse
kids.
me.
Pierce, excuse me, I'm going to talk over you.
Because they weren't using a
Jokes on
NordVPN
Twitter
to get around the
don't kill
Texas
people.
porn ban.
From the
That is
party of I thought
disgusting.
Jokes on Twitter don't kill people. You know what? I'll say that's true. But Destiny is also the same person who is currently saying, people need to turn down the temperature. Oh my lord, this is the biggest soy face I've seen in my life. You know what? I'm actually screenshotting this. Destiny recently got demonetized on YouTube. Oh my... I hope Destiny is one of those people who ends up on party.com, like Johnny Somali, Jack Doherty, Mr. Based, just stuck with that dead community, slowly waiting to go offline.
Comedy was
You're
legal
the one
again.
using dead
Jokes
children
on
in a
Twitter
grotesque
don't kill
manner.
people.
So let me just lay
Jokes
that down
on
for the
Twitter,
record.
Just to be clear, let me lay it down as well. How many people did my joke kill?
No,
You're
it's just
sick man.
disgustingly tasteless.
Exactly.
You're a
Wait,
sick man.
And then
I would
the
like to
difference is
hear
that-
Ben
that's
finish the
exactly.
story he
I would like to hear Ben too.
was telling us when he was talking about the funerals of
I
dead
go-
children. So
I
let
go
him
back-
finish
we didn't
that,
have
please.
to. What do you mean? We didn't have the funerals. Wouldn't that
Can
be
we-
better?
can
if
we
the people
mute
who
him?
died
Rather than you
Oh, this guy's...
talking about
Can
why
we
you
just
were right
mute
to
him?
crack a sick joke. Natalie, when I read out what Destiny posted there, what was your feeling about that?
Well, I think that's probably the textbook definition of what it means to be a grifter, trying to profit off of dead children by pumping NordVPN and your promo code. It's reprehensible. I'm
Just to be
pretty
clear,
sure
that's not
you're
a
an
promo code,
atheist.
that's
You
not
don't
the
believe
definition
in
of a
God.
grifter.
You certainly
Okay.
don't.
You know what? Yeah, that wasn't Destiny's promo code. I don't think he had a promo code with NordVPN. But Destiny was doing that to get views. So yes, he did grift off children's deaths.
Believe in traditional marriage. So I would expect nothing less that you would double down and defend it. Blows my mind. I mean, I agree comedy's important, but I don't think, no offense, maybe shouldn't be a stand-up comedian if you want to start your career by posting about dead children. It's really not all that fun.
I don't think that they make mic stands low enough for Destiny to use.
And it really wasn't even a joke. You were trying to profit off of it. So I think that's sort of a compounding evilness to what you did.
I could not agree more. For anyone that makes content online, getting views is almost just as good as getting paid. Destiny brought more people onto his Twitter account making that comment. He got more impressions through it, and therefore got put in the algorithm where he would be seen by more people. Destiny does not care about those kids, and honestly, and I don't know what's worse, Destiny laughing about dead children, or then having the audacity to say, no, I'm actually the one that's supporting them. I'm the good guy. And unfortunately, that is it for that segment, and this A.D.A. I've really got to catch up on the missing episodes, and with that being said, I'll see you guys soon. Peace.